Yeah, question number 2 is reading, and I am reading in your hearing. Confirm you can hear me one more time.
You're breaking.
Hello, confirm you can hear me one more time.
You're breaking.
Oh, the line is cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to rejoin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hello, do you still have it?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, is there any improvement now?
Just say something so I can hear. Don't know. Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
okay. Is there any improvement? Hello, is there any
Yes,
improvement? Has there been any change?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it still cutting?
Maybe it will improve as time goes by, but it's cutting a bit.
There is some improvement.
I'm saying maybe it will improve as time goes by. It's cutting, and then I can hear something.
Hello, we can proceed.
Yes, let's proceed.
It's bad. Let me do something. All right, confirm one more time. Is there any improvement? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Now you're good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should be good. The question number is 2. Again, the public limited company is considering an investment in ice cream making machine. The cost of the machine is 1.2 million, 1.3 million. So this is how much you invest, 1.3 million. You're following? This is the cost. This is the cost that we're talking about, the cost. And the lifespan of the project has 4 years. That's the period of the project, 4 years, which means we'll need 4 years cash flows, right? The expected annual sales, annual units of ice creams are 200,000. Now, listen carefully. The question is silent on whether these are sales units or they are produced units, because it is possible to have the units.
Oh my, you're cutting again. Huh?
Those that are produced and those that are explained later on that. Let's mark those 2 points. Is there an improvement? It's not great today to Okay, can you hear me now? So I was saying that the question will be very clear. It shall ensure that they make it clear whether the units in question are units that were produced or the units that were sold. You understand, right? Yeah, because these units that were given, the 200,000 units, we are not sure whether they are the ones that were sold or they are the ones that were produced. because it's possible to produce this amount and only sell this amount. You get the point? It's not
It's on.
always
It's
that
what? It's not always that what?
it's not always that whatever you produce you'll be able to sell it in terms of the units.
Oh, okay.
But now this question they are silent, so we'll assume that the 200 is both produced and sold. That's the assumption we're going to make.
Okay.
Okay? These are the units that were produced, and the selling price is given per unit. Then the material required to make an ice cream, this is material cost. Material cost is 4.5 per unit. And then the variable overhead cost is 1.5 per unit. The annual fixed costs, the fixed costs are standing at 650,000. They are fixed, these are fixed costs. They'll be there just like that. And it is interesting, it may interest you to learn that fixed costs are not expected to increase. That's what the question says. So it means every year, second year, third year, and fourth year, the units, the fixed costs shall remain the same, right? And again, it should interest you to learn that the expected scrap value, the machine is expected to be sold for 200,000 at the end of the period, at the end of 4 years. Now, it should also interest you to learn that the sales shall not remain the same. They will increase by 9% every year, starting from the second year. And then the variable costs as well will be increasing by what? By 10%. They'll be increasing by 10%. And so the company is financed by equity, right? By equity and debt. Then the debt comprises of 10% loan notes. These are loan notes. That's the 10% of the loans. The value thereof, the value of the notes is 450,000. This is the amount that was raised from in a million, 450 million. This is the amount that was raised from the loan notes. Basically more like the bonds. You understand, right? So now, listen carefully. This is where you have to mark the words very clear. Mark them clearly. We are saying that here we are talking about the actual amount, the total amount that was raised from debts. You get it, eh? The total amount that was raised from debts. It is what we call market capitalization. We're not sure how many debts, how many notes they are in this case, or how many bonds themselves they are. We are just given the total amount the total amount that was raised is this one. That is important for you to notice. That is called what? Market capitalization.
Okay.
So this loan note is 4 years maturity. So the period is 4 years, and the par value is 1,000. Then the equity part, the equity of the company. How many shares it has? Colonized, it has 1 billion shares. Now the language changes a bit. They are giving you the number of shares. You're getting it, right? They didn't say that the equity has 1 million, maybe 1 billion quarter, at the par value of such. You get the point. Trading at the such. That is not what the person is saying. Here they have not given you the total amount that has been raised from what? From the shares. They've just given you the number of shares. So this is where you need to pay attention. Yeah, this is where you need to pay attention. And so the shares are trading at 1.1 per share, right? That's the value of the share. Now the PLC company has a beta of 1.3. Obviously, you know about beta. The risk-free rate is 7%. And so the market expected, return is what? 15%. I'm reading the question. The corporate tax is 3%. That's what we are given. Now, using the data, the data in the question, can you calculate what, right? The weighted average cost of capital. How do you go about it? Very easy, right? Very easy.
Mm.
The steps are still the same. Now, the technical way of writing is, are you following the speed?
Yes, I am.
Okay, it's good you are catching up with the speed. The technical way of writing is you write the formula first, cost of equity, you know, if it's all over equity plus debt, yeah, this shall be added the cost of debt, that will be after tax, multiplied by the debt itself over the total capital, and just like that. Then you shall start defining the parameters. Did you get it? You shall
Mm-hmm.
define the parameters. You shall say, you know, let KE equal cost of equity, right? Cost
Mm-hmm.
of equity. Tell us what it is. Tell us what it is. Let E equal what? The market value, not market capitalization, no, the market value of equity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let
Mm-hmm.
D equal the market value of what? Of debt, right? Let K
Mm-hmm.
be 1 minus tax B and after tax, cost of debt, after
Mm-hmm.
tax, cost of debt. That simply means you have already deducted what? Debt. That's a message we are sending across.
Mm-hmm.
That's a message we are sending. Are you good up to here?
Yes, I am.
And you're always looking for these four elements, right? You're just basically looking for these four elements for you to handle what? It's the same message we are still communicating. Look for the cost of it, right? Let's start from cost of it. Let's establish what it is. Now, for us to find the cost of equity, we are very much aware and we are so cognizant that there are two major models that we use. The dividend valuation model, that culminates into dividend growth model plus, the capital asset price model, right? Plus the capital
Mm-hmm.
asset price model. And now, for you to get to tell which one to use, you got to look at the data given in the question, right? Last time
Mm-hmm.
I was indicating to you that it's the data embedded in the question that shall give guide as to what model that one is going to use. Are you
Mm-hmm.
good? So
Yes,
what
I am.
model do you think we're going to use now when establishing the cost of equity?
We're going to use the capital asset pricing model.
Yeah, stop there. So, you know, the capital asset price model states this, and this is what it says. And the words are very clear. We have the risk-free rate of 7, we have 1.3 of beta, we have the return of 15%, 7 of risk-free rate, so that we can have 7, 1.3 times 8, and so that we can have 17.4%. Are you good?
Yes, I am.
All right. We have established the cost of equity. Let's go ahead and establish the cost of. These are the steps that we should master. Let's establish the cost of debt. Very easy. Very easy. Just say, what is cost of debt? Cost of debt after taxes, interest on debt, 1 minus the tax rate. What's the interest on debt? What's the interest on debt? What is the interest on debt?
It's 10%.
Yeah, so say 10, 1 minus the 30% of this, that will give us 10 multiplied by 0.70, so that you can have 7% as the cost of debt after tax. You're good?
Mm-hmm.
Any question? No question,
No,
sir. You
no.
can proceed. Having
Mm-hmm.
said all this, now let's go ahead and establish the equity values, the market values of equity. Now listen carefully to the words of the teacher. Listen
Mm-hmm.
carefully to what he says. And this is what he's saying to you. He says that the market value of equity shall be established by saying market capitalization, listen carefully, market capitalization divided by the par value, so that you can multiply that by the share price or the market price of the shares. You're good?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the message we sent last time was this is same as the number of shares.
Okay.
When you divide market capitalization divided by the par value, that just gives you the number of shares, like the actual number of shares. Which means in the times when you are given the number of shares in the question, it is not necessary to look for market capitalization, to look for the par value, because that still boils down to what you have already been given. So in the question, when you are given the, let's say, the number of shares, you shall just multiply the number of shares times what is the share price, and then you should be good. So what's the number of shares that we have in this question? Given the number of shares, right?
For equity?
Yes, for equity, 1 billion.
1 billion shares.
1 billion shares. 1 billion shares. Multiplying by the share price. The share price being 1.1. 1.1. You see here, the share. So that you can have 1.1 billion or 1 billion 100 million. You're good? That's the market value of what? Equity. Your question is, what is market capitalization? What is market capitalization? I've already said that market capitalization is basically the total amount that has been raised from issuing the shares at the given par value, understand? So if you can have that amount, then you got to divide by the par value so that you can establish the number of shares. But in the times, please, when you're given the number of shares, there is no need of looking for the market capitalization and the par value goods. Let's establish the market value of debt. So debt shall be the market capitalization again of debt divided by the par value of debt multiplied by the price of the debt. Price of debt. What is the market capitalization? Basically, the total amount raised from debt. How much is it?
It's 450 million.
450 million. 450 million. And that's what you have. Divided by the par value, given the par value of 1,000, multiplied by the price of the share, the price of the debt. So you're told that it is issued at par value. The message we sent yesterday was that if the debt is issued at par value, it means the same par value shall be the market price, shall be the
Can you say
price
that again?
of debt.
Can you say that again?
Let me repeat. If the debt is issued at par value, that simply means that the same par value shall be the price of debt.
Okay. All right.
Good. So that your debt can be equal to 450 million. And that's the message. Now we have all the four elements. We now have all the four elements that we need to establish what. Let's find it. Let's find what. What shall be our work? What shall be our work? First of all, we need to find our work. Cost of equity. We already have it. We have equity over equity plus debt. This we need to establish. Plus cost of debt multiplied by debt all over equity plus debt. And this is the message we're sending across. What is let's establish first what is inside the parentheses. Our equity is what? 1.1.
Our what? Our E?
Yes. 1.1 billion, right? Divided by 1.1 billion plus 450 million. Right. So you can add together the denominator. We want to establish this part. Are you understanding what I'm trying to do?
Yes,
we want to establish this part. So maybe you can add the denominator first so that there is peace in the land.
All right.
Or what you can do is this, so that you don't suffer. You know that there are how many zeros on top? There are 6. Let's cancel the 6 zeros here. Let's cancel 6 zeros.
6 down.
There are 7, I think. This is 7. 7 zeros.
Okay.
And the 7 zeros down. Also here we could also have 7 zeros. So that you're just dealing with it. 110 over what?
This is
110
450 million, right?
plus 45. Yes.
So it means we are canceling 3. We are canceling 6 instead of 7. Sorry. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if my
Maybe
math
they're
is wrong.
canceling all. Let me just say, first add. Can you add in the denominator so that we have this? I don't want to confuse you.
Okay. So I just add the denominator.
Add the denominator. Then you'll
Okay.
understand what.
So I'm getting 560
560.
for the denominator. Yes.
Is it true? This is the 11 8 zeros. 11 8
Oh, we're not
zeros.
canceling the zeros now.
No, we are not
Sorry.
canceling.
Okay.
We'll cancel them later so that I want you to understand how we are canceling them so that we don't make a mistake. And this
Okay.
issue of canceling, you got to be careful, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so we are getting 560 million.
560. You said 11 8 zeros and 450 60. Is it what you said? Okay. That's fine. You're saying it's what?
560 million.
All right. Assuming you've done the right thing, then you can cancel 6 zeros here and cancel 6 on top. Right? No, I doubt. This will not balance. There's something. You know that the number on top is now bigger. It has become bigger than denominator. It will not work. There's something you've done.
That's the one we are doing down is 110. How many zeros? 6, right? 110 million.
No,
is it?
just write 11 and the 8 zeros.
Okay.
$11 and 8 zeros.
Okay, so I'm getting 155 and 8 zeros.
That is.
155 and 8 zeros.
Okay. So then we can, in that case, since there are 8 zeros, we can cancel 8 zeros on top. Right? And cancel 8 zeros. Are these 8 zeros here? How many zeros are there on top? 110. I saw there are 8 zeros in the denominator.
Yeah, down. Yes. So up is 8, again down is 8. So it will leave us with 11 over 155.
Okay. 1.5. All right. So let's do it. Let's do right. So what is 11 over? Because ideally it's supposed to be 110 over something. If we
So
have
maybe
that band, because that number now is becoming too big out there. This is 155. You know, it's a lot.
no, the one down is a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Just check the zeros. You know, the 45, the 450. It had 6 zeros afterwards. So it had 7 zeros. It was 45 and 7 zeros. Can you do 11?
Oh,
11
okay.
and the 8 zeros. And
Okay.
then plus the 45 and the 7 zeros. So that it maybe be fine.
All right. So the 45 has 7, then the 11 has 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's giving me something different. I don't know. It's giving me something different.
Like 11 plus 8 zeros. 11 is 8 zeros plus 45 and 7 zeros.
It's giving me 155 and 7 zeros.
Yeah, that makes sense. That can now make sense. So that we cancel 7 zeros only, right? We can cancel 7 zeros on top and 7 zeros down, right? Then we shall remain with this 110 over 155, isn't it? Yes. So what do you find? That's what we put here. Cost of equity is actually 17
0.709.
0.709 at least. Plus it. The cost of debt is 0.07 times it. Can you do it? The other one is 45 over 155. You know where this has come from, right? So what do you find? 0.29 something. Because these two should add up to 1.
0.290.
All right. So when you do your computations, what's your work? What's your work? What's your work?
Just a minute. Because I'm writing at the same time and I don't know. Okay, just a minute.
It is where?
So on this other end, we have 0.123.
Okay.
And on this other one, I'm thinking it's not the right thing. 0.020. Yeah, these figures are not. Okay, just a
The
minute.
figures are not convincing.
Just a minute. So we have what? 0.174, right?
Times 0.709.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, the first one still coming back the same 0.123. And still giving me the same thing. 0.02.
Okay, add them.
It's giving me 0.14. So that's 14%. 0.14.
That's 14.2.
14.3%.
Okay. Yeah, that's your work. Your goods?
Yes.
Are you goods? It's becoming boring, huh?
No, actually,
It's been the
this has helped me because, hello?
course. What does it mean when the teacher is repeating, saying, "Done, teacher"?
Sorry, sir. What are you
Hello?
saying? What are you saying?
What does it mean when the teacher is teaching the same thing again and again? It means he's done teaching, right?
Yes, actually, I would confess, like, when you've done it again, I feel I understand what I like the understanding for this topic is more.
Yeah, you no longer fear work, right? Work is now your friend.
Yeah.
Work should be your friend.
So now you're saying something. We're going to the part B, right?
Where we need to establish the cash flow. I'll not go to the specificities. I will show you how to go about it, since it's similar to what we had yesterday. So we need to establish the cash flows for the first year. Let's start with first year. So how do you establish cash flows? We start with sales, right? Year one. We start with sales. How do you get the sales? It's the amount, the units sold, right?
Sorry, I
Are you
missed
there?
that. I missed the how you started.
I'm saying we need to establish the sales, and to establish the sales, we need to use the PL, the profit and loss statement. Remember, you're looking for the profit after tax, right? That's what you're looking for. So it's a 200,000 times what? Times the selling price. These are units. 10.5. What does it give you?
Just a minute. It's giving me 2.1 million.
2.1 million, right?
So, okay, it's fine.
So now, what else do you do afterwards? How do you establish profits? You less costs, isn't it? From the sales, you are deducting costs, right? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
You're deducting costs. And yes, you can start with material costs. Material costs are found by using this. They are said the cost per unit is 4.5. So you just multiply 4.5 times the number of units. We're assuming that the units produced is now 200,000. Here we are looking for the number of units produced.
You're looking for the number of
units produced. When it comes to cost, remember this is the cost of production. So you need the number of units produced. So what do you get?
Just a minute. So that's 200,000 times 4.5, right? That's 900,000.
Okay, 900,000. Right? We are putting negative because it's a cost we are going to deduct. Then you go to other variable costs. They have said it's 1.5. 1.5 times the number of units. Very easy.
Okay, so in short, this is more like the one where it says sales minus the cost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then you have
All right.
gross profit.
All right.
It's the same thing. You're using the PL statement, just like yesterday. Same layout.
Okay.
Only that this one had few elements, right? It was not some perfect like for yesterday.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Where I'm waiting.
Yeah, what do you find? 1.5 times 200,000 variable cost.
Oh, okay, just a minute.
You have this paper, huh?
Yes, I'm having it right now. It's giving me 300,000.
300,000. What else can you deduct from here? Just the fixed cost. Just need to deduct the fixed cost.
So we are going to deduct this to the material cost and the variable cost from the sales.
And the fixed cost from the sales.
Okay.
What you will have is a profit before tax and interest. So we need to find this profit after before tax. What you find this profit is before tax. You need to deduct tax from this. How do you deduct tax? This amount you found, just times it, 30%. Corporate tax is what? 30%. Deduct tax. So multiply by this amount here times 0.3 to give you the amount here, which we call tax. You understand? It will be tax.
Too fast. We are too fast.
Okay, I'll slow down here. I am saying when you do all those deductions, the amounts that you find here is called profit before tax. You get it? It means this is the profit that you get before you deduct tax. Now you need to deduct the tax. Since you are looking for profit after tax, that's what is equivalent to cash flows, right?
Yes.
So you got to deduct the tax. How do you deduct the tax? Just do 30%, 0.30 times this amount here. It will give you this tax. You understand? Then this tax shall be deducted from the profit before tax so that you can have part the profit after tax, which is equivalent to the cash flow now that you want.
Okay.
That is how you establish the cash flow for A1. First of all, are you good up to this? Yeah. You can first ask your question.
I don't have a question.
Okay. If you have understood this part, is fine. I'm not looking for specificities. I want you to get what to do. So this is cash flow number 1. You okay? For year 1. How do you get for year 2, year 3, up to year 4? Their interest, their rates given here. They're saying the selling price will be increasing by 9% per year. You understand? So it means for year 1, you multiply this same amount, or for year 2, this same amount times 1.099% to the power 2. It will give you for year 2. You're following, right?
Yes. So in short, I need to have a place where, I'm just writing the 0.9 besides the 2, Shan. In the same.
There is a working. Follow the format that I gave you yesterday. I think I sent did I send the hard copy of
No, you didn't.
Oh, sorry. I should be able to do that right. Because you need to follow that. You do the workings somewhere so that you're just speaking answers, so that your work can look smarter. You saw the way how the sir did it yesterday. You have to do the workings down somewhere, then you have to just pick the final, but the workings can be done somewhere.
Yeah. Okay,
you
we can
do that.
proceed.
For the for year 3 as well, you just put to the power 3. For year 4, put this to the power 4. It will give you that. Only that. You have established the cells.
Can I have a question? The inflation rate is not affecting this in any way.
Okay. It is affecting. It's 9%. So it means the cells are going to start increasing.
Okay.
Right? Yes, they will be increasing.
From year 2. Oh, okay. Then it's all going to 4th year?
Yeah.
Okay. So it means
you're
we're
just
going
changing the power here, power 2, power 3, power up to power 4. Now you'd have established cells, like there'll be cells in this line up to the last. It will be a table, kind of a table. Get it done?
Okay. Yeah.
Then when you go to costing, they've said all the variable costs, starting from material cost and variable cost, they are increasing at 10%, which means you're multiplying this, starting from this, by 1.10. That's 10%, right? 1.10 to the power 2, it will give you a second year. To the power 3, it will give you a third year. To the power 4, it will give you for the 4th year. Then you come to this one. I think this one will be the same. For variable, this is still variable cost as well. So it will be 1.10 to the power 2 for the second year, power 3, 4th year, like that. Then fixed costs are fixed. They are not changing. That's what the question is saying. So you repeat the same.
So I understand for 9% because the sales. Then for the variable cost, I understand because it's 10%. Now for the material cost, I don't understand why.
Material costs are variable costs. They are never fixed. Variable cost simply means a cost that changes as the level of production surges or changes, right? So in that case, you'll find that it's about how much you have produced. That is what will determine how much of material you use, right? And that is how much of the cost. That's why we say material cost is a variable.
Okay, so the material cost is a variable cost. It changes.
Yeah.
My question was, on the first one, I know why we are doing the 9%.
Yeah.
And also on the variable cost, I know why we're doing the 10%. So now I don't understand why we're doing the 10% also on the material cost. Or it's because they're more like the same thing?
They have said variable costs, but you should understand that material costs are part of the variable costs as well.
Okay.
Like by nature, material costs, they are variable costs.
Because they change. All right.
Yeah. They change with the level of output.
Okay, I understand it now.
Fixed costs are the same. Then you repeat the same method that you've done for one. It will give you the profit before tax, profit before tax, profit before tax, and profit before tax. Deduct these taxes, 30% of it, then you have these taxes. Now you pay attention. You have these what? These are profits after tax. That's a cash flow. Cash flow 1, cash flow 2, cash flow 3, and cash flow 4. Now listen, in cash flow 4, there will be 2 cash flows. There will be this one you've calculated from here, plus the sales value, the scrap value of the material. It will also be part of the cash flow for year 4. You get the point?
I'm lost. I can't see your.
I'll explain what I.
Okay.
You have established the cash flow number 4, right? To it, you're going to add the sales or the scrap value of the machine, because that's the time you're selling the machine. The sale of a machine, that amount you receive, is a cash inflow as well. So it's an inflow for the machine. You get the point?
Yes.
So in short, that the cash flow for number 4, it will be this amount you get plus the 200,000. Then you have 4 cash flows. Okay?
I can't see your pen on there, so I don't know where you're pointing.
You can see, like, okay. Can you see this blue marker? It's this 200,000. Like they're saying, the expected scrap value of the machine is 200,000. It means we're going to sell the machine at the end at 200,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you good? Hello?
Yes.
Like,
I understand
so
everything,
200,
but now
this
when
200,000, you have to add it to the forecast.
Huh?
It's 200. The 200,000 needs to be added. The 200,000, you need to add it to the 4th year cash flow, so that you can. It's also part of the cash. You are good?
Yes.
So now, from here, we now have the cash flows. Cash flow 1, right? You know how to find the net present value. Net present value, Talico, net present value, Talico, cash flow 1 divided by 1 plus R. And our R is what in this case, isn't it? That's what we said.
Yes.
The what? 14%. Plus C, R to the power 2, plus C, cash flow 3, 1 plus R to the power 3, up to cash flow 4 over 1 plus R to the power 4. You add all these, then you deduct the what? The cost, 1.3 million. Remember, it is the negative costs plus all these. That is what gives you the net present value, right? So when you add all these will be the present value. It will be some of the present value. Some of the present sum. You should be deducting million. The cost you incurred to build the to buy the machine. If the NPV is positive, then you accept the project. And if it is negative, you reject the project. You get it, right? That's B and yeah, that's point. That's on B. That's where.
Okay.
You got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's now getting back to what we were talking about yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or maybe you're finding it pressuring or challenging to establish these cash flows. What you do on that same table, you can do it the way how we did yesterday, where you have to. Remember those cash flows you established for the 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just below the cash flows, you can put discount rates. Discount at 14%. So what that will mean is that you establish some numbers here, say 1 over the discounting factor is 1 plus R, like this. So it will be to the power n. So in year 0, say 1 divided by 1.14, 14% to the power 0, it will give you 1.000, maybe to 3 decimal places. Again, you look up to the power 1, it will give you the decimal number here, maybe 0.9 something. Again, to the power 3, it will give you 0.37 something. Understand, right? Again, to the power 4, it will give you something. Then to establish, actually, this is the easiest on the same table.
So after the profit after tax,
yes,
that's where now I put the one for
the discounting factor.
All right, that one is easier.
Then you multiply this times that, this times that, this times that. It will give you the present values. These will be present values. Now sum these present values and you deduct, the negative cost of 1.3 million. It will give you the NPV. That's how you establish the NPV. You got it, right?
I'm sorry. You just
it's
come
fine.
again.
I'm saying you sum these present values because these now have been discounted. Their present values. Can you add them together? When you add them together, from their total, deduct the cost, which is 1.3 million. Deduct 1.3 million. Then you check if your NPV will be positive or negative.
Okay.
That's about B. Then okay, from here it is linked to what I said yesterday. It's the same thing. So from
the IRR.
NPV, yeah, IRR as well. We said look for 2 NPVs, the positive one and the negative one. And how to find those, I already explained yesterday. Just have to adjust the interest rate, the what, and then you're good. That's about this question. It was very easy, seeing that.
Yes, it was very easy.
So expected of it. Then the rest of these things are the same thing we did in the assignment. You remember?
Yeah.
These we revise them. It's just change of the names. These are the same thing, same figures, same everything. So there's no need of suffering. You will receive the current ratios from me, all the ratios, and then you should be good.
Yeah.
Right? Any questions?
No, clear.